Hi, I'm Enchanting Nubianette. Welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Today I bring a sad update to the Kada Scott case. She is still missing. At this point, I'm really hoping and praying that she is found and brought to her family and all loved ones. Now, as of October 16th, 23-year-old Kada Scott remained missing since October 4th. However, a suspect, 21-year-old Keon King, he has been arrested and charged for a kidnapping. So as we know, this is someone that Kada knows because on October 4th, she was last seen during that evening. She left work from her overnight shift at the Terrace at Chestnut Hill, which is a nursing home, and police said that she never finished her shift. Before she went missing, Kada told her friends, and I believe people at the workplace at the nursing home, that she was being harassed by anonymous calls. Someone had her phone number, and she was so frightened by this, as she should have been. I don't know how the person received her number. Perhaps she thought it was a friend. Maybe it was an acquaintance, someone that she really didn't know their true character. However, she left work early. She didn't tell her coworkers, but she went into a car. And this is a person whose car she went into. She left her own car at the workplace. So far, they have a lot of evidence, the police, because on October 15th, police found her personal items. They were abandoned near the East Mount Airy, which is her phone, which she had all of her social media accounts. That's where she worked from. She was a very strong-minded, focused entrepreneur. She had so many various videos, different topics. We know that she was a former beauty pageant winner as well. So all of these items were found, and a vehicle was located because later that same day, a gold 1999 Toyota Camry, which was connected to the suspect King, that was also found abandoned in the East Falls neighborhood. So police believe that he was in the in the vehicle. Thankfully, there is DNA which have linked him to this crime, and thankfully for cameras, surveillance videos, that he was being tracked also. So law enforcement, including homicide investigators and the FBI, and thankfully they're both working together in a tight network to do an in-depth search. They're continuing to search for Kada. However, the officials are treating this case as if she's still alive. I would love to hear the wonderful news that she's still alive. It has been over a week at this time, and she hasn't had any contact, as you know, with the family. So, you know, King, Keon King, he has a history, and this is very telling. He's a young man, and he already was charged with kidnapping and having hands around someone's neck. I cannot say the words on YouTube. And this was earlier this year. So this man has that potential, to assault others, and of course, the kidnapping. And, I don't want to think about other things that he could have done or how he did it. But that victim, the only reason why the charges did not stick at that time is because the victim did not appear in court, unfortunately. So now these charges are being refiled. It's a shame because this man is only 21 years old. So many things in this world that he can do in order to better himself if he had that mindset. I don't know more about his history, but it's a shame that he already has this pattern at 21 years old of disrespecting women and causing them harm as well. And I'm so thankful that he's being found. So the family's response to Kada is that they're actively involved in a search, they're handing out the flyers, and they're also organizing community events. And they have made a lot of efforts. They have also set up a GoFundMe page to support the search efforts. So I'm really and truly hoping that Kada Scott is found. She's been missing for over a week now, and I would love to hear good news. So I'll keep updating. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and keep your head on a swivel.
A piece of evidence is locked up, and so is the man charged with kidnapping a Philadelphia woman. Thank you for joining us. I'm Fred Shropshire.
And I'm Jacqueline London. The search for Kada Scott will soon enter its 12th day. Let's take a look at how the critical moments in the case started, beginning with her disappearance. It all began back on October 4th when Scott vanished during her overnight shift at a nursing home in Northeast Philadelphia. Yesterday, Keon King turned himself into police. His arrest and charges were announced today, charged with kidnapping.
About 5 hours later, police tracked down King's car to an apartment complex. It was towed to a garage where investigators will search it for evidence. NBC 10 Shire Arias is live in North Philadelphia outside the garage housing the car. Shire, you spoke with Scott's family tonight, didn't you?
I did, and I got to tell you, they are very, very sad, distraught with all of the information that they just received today. Now, police put out the word that they were looking for this car, and literally today, just hours later, they were able to locate that vehicle, and it was brought here to North Philadelphia, where now they're going to be looking at this car for more evidence.
We making leeway, but it's also dead ends, so we just looking for something solid, just trying to keep our energy positive. Like, my brother said, just hoping to bring my niece home safe.
The family of missing 23-year-old Kada Scott tells NBC 10 they refuse to lose hope, believing she's still alive. Her uncle reacted tonight to the arrest of 21-year-old Keon King, charged with kidnapping Kada.
A rage, honestly, and he's definitely, it's why.
The investigation took a new turn today after police announced King's arrest. Shortly after, a tip led officers to an abandoned elementary school in Germantown, where they spent hours canvassing the area with canine units. They found evidence outside the school linking Scott to that location. Kada Scott was last seen October 4th during her overnight shift at an assisted living facility in Chestnut Hill. Investigators believe King was the last person to see her and say the two knew each other prior to her disappearance. While detectives searched Germantown, another tip came in. This time, it took police to East Falls. That's where police found King's vehicle, a 1999 Toyota Camry, parked inside an apartment complex.
Crazy, scary, hoping that she's still okay.
Amy, who lives in the complex, says she was shocked the car connected to the case was found right where she lives.
But a neighbor that I know who called the tip in, I can't believe he came out and he noticed it.
Amy says the complex has strict security.
You pull up to the gate and you either have a sticker on your car that is given to you when you buy or rent, and then you have a key card.
Earlier this year, King was charged with kidnapping another woman, but the case was withdrawn. Those charges have now been refiled following his arrest in connection with Kada's disappearance.
And what also goes through my mind is how many other people has he maybe done this to?
Kada's family wants to tell the public that they just want people to put themselves in their position and that any information is valuable. Anyone with information is asked to contact officials. They are still treating this case as a missing person case. In North Philadelphia, Shira Arias, NBC 10 News.